Morgan.
And I'm Jake, and this is
Neverland Navigation Radio,
where we celebrate the past, the future, and the present of New Year's celebrations at Walt Disney World. Yeah, this is an exciting time. I think that New Year's, I don't think I know. New Year's is one of my favorite holidays, actually.
Is it?
Yes, I am a big fan of the idea of a new cycle of life beginning, of a new moment in time.
Sure.
To kind of plan and reflect. I think that's a fun aspect of our calendar system.
Yeah.
So I get that.
I'm
a New Year's fan.
That's awesome.
It's low pressure as well compared to the other holidays.
Yes.
You celebrate however you want.
Right.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You can have a little party. Most cities have a little fireworks show that you can go watch. If you're a Disney fan, of course, there's a plethora of ways to celebrate New Year's, and we're going to get into a bunch of them today.
Yes. Yep. Today we are talking about Disney World New Year's celebrations, but then later on we're also going to get into New Year's celebrations at the other parks. So that'll be fun. We're going to do a little bit about all of the Disney New Year's.
New Year around the world.
Yeah. Before we get started, if you are thinking about taking a vacation of any kind, whether that be a Disney World, Universal, Disneyland, cruise vacation, please consider sending me an email. My email is morgan@neverlandnavigation.com. I am a free-to-you travel agent. When you book yourself a vacation by going online and finding a good deal of booking a vacation for yourself, you're actually paying the price of your travel agent's commission, whether you use one or not, even if you get a great deal. So you might as well use one, whether you need a lot of help and you want somebody that's going to do all of your dining reservations and calling the hotel for you and giving you tips and tricks, or you don't need really help at all and you just want to help out a small business. And then you also get freebies from me that I give to all my clients as a thank you for letting me help plan their travel. My clients get either free custom trip t-shirts or attraction posters, depending on what you like. We kind of talk about that when I'm talking to you about your trip plans.
Heck yeah.
So it's a win-win. You get something for free, you get to help out a small business, and you get help if you want it.
Absolutely. You owe it to yourself to take a trip in the new year.
Yeah.
And if you're going to, then you might as well utilize the services of a professional travel advisor, just like Morgan.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to get into the fantastical history of New Year's Eve?
I am super excited.
Yeah, this is a very fun topic. We've kind of brushed some of this information before, but we've never really done a deep dive of kind of the progression of the celebrations that Disney World hosts for the year.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't sure how deep it went, and it goes deeper than you think.
Right? Yeah. Turns out.
So yeah, when it comes to ringing in the new year, there's only a few places on Earth that can match the enchantment and excitement of Disney parks. And like I said earlier, we're going to start off with Walt Disney World, Florida, because that's where we're at. That's our base camp.
Yeah.
Walt Disney World is famed for its over-the-top New Year's Eve extravaganzas, as I'm sure all of our listeners have heard, and some of them have probably experienced this.
Yeah.
Disney World is the most sprawling Disney destination. We've got the 4 parks, and they're also bigger than most of the other parks. So that kind of helps to give Disney World the biggest New Year's Eve options.
Heck
I will
yeah.
say options. But it wasn't always an all-day, all-night celebration that everybody knows today. In the early years of Walt Disney World, New Year's Eve was marked by a single special event at the Magic Kingdom Park, because that's all that there was.
Yeah.
And it was a separately ticketed party after the park's normal operating hours. So on December 31st, 1971, which was just 3 months after Disney World's grand opening, the Magic Kingdom held its very first New Year's Eve party from 8 p.m. until 2 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. Guests paid about $7.50 in advance or $9 at the gate.
Dang.
Can you imagine?
No.
For the privilege of partying till past midnight in the brand new park.
What? You can't even park for that now.
Oh, you can't, yeah. Park. You can't get a hot dog for that now.
Nope.
That night, they enjoyed live entertainment, festive hats and noisemakers, and access to all the attractions as many times as they liked, which was a really, really good deal back in the day.
Sign me up.
Yeah. This is back when rides were all separately charged.
Yeah. The ticket system.
Yeah. This format of an exclusive late night bash continued throughout the 1970s and into the 1980s, often featuring well-known performers of the era.
Oh my God. Cool.
Yeah. Big name acts like country singer Lynn Anderson and pianist Roger Williams headlined some of those early Magic Kingdom New Year's parties, giving guests a mix of Disney fun and then real-world showbiz to send off the year. It was intimate by today's standards, probably crazy intimate by today's standards,
right?
And a controlled way for people to celebrate. And many longtime fans remember those ticketed events fondly for their classy entertainment and manageable crowds.
Aww.
By the late 1980s, however, Disney World was expanding, and so were the New Year's crowds. EPCOT opened in 1982 and quickly became a popular spot for adults' holiday revelry, thanks to its World Showcase with food, drinks, and spacious promenades perfect for a party.
Same as it ever was.
Yeah, spacious. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Disney realized that guests now expected all the parks to be open for New Year's Eve as part of the regular admission rather than paying extra for one park's party. I think this is it's very interesting that they started off year one as we're going to have a separately ticketed event, which they do all the time now, and get more money. And then they're like, oh no, people expect us to be open. Okay, I expect free fast passes.
Say it.
But
yeah, they don't care.
I
thought y'all didn't care what I said.
Yeah, right. Wait a minute.
I know. Maybe it's a matter of time. I don't want to put that into the universe, but we don't go anyway.
Yeah.
We're New Year's at home people.
We are New Year's at home people. It's a lot. We'll get into it, but as I'm going to say multiple times, because this is what I always think of, it is like Times Square in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And that doesn't appeal to me at all, but I
we're Pleasure Island New Year's every night.
Yeah.
People, yeah.
But anyway, so Disney realized that guests expected the parks to be open for New Year's Eve and decided to go ahead and do that. So the tradition shifted, and instead of exclusive after hours events, they began keeping the parks open late on December 31st for everyone, laying on special shows and big midnight fireworks that anyone could enjoy with a normal ticket. By the 90s, New Year's Eve at Walt Disney World had transformed into an all-day and late into the night celebration that went across multiple parks and venues.
Yeah.
And with this change came huge crowds.
That's the New Year's at Disney I know and love.
Yeah.
Yep.
A reoccurring theme in any Walt Disney World New Year's story.
Right.
Guests learned that if you wanted to go spend New Year's Eve at Magic Kingdom, you had better arrive early and be prepared to stay. By midday on December 31st, the Magic Kingdom often reaches capacity and will temporarily turn away additional guests due to safety limits. I mean, I tried to get in at like 10:30 a.m. once, and they were like, nope, we're full.
Wow. Yeah, that's busy.
It's crazy. It's not uncommon for Magic Kingdom to hit a phase of capacity closure before noon. It happens every year now. With tens of thousands of people already packed in.
Wow, yeah. That's how I think of New Year's now, is that it's like it is like the most busy the parks can be.
It's the only day that is like guaranteed to be at capacity for most of the day.
I'm telling you, yeah.
So that's really interesting. So
Yeah.
that's the day.
I know. I think so too. And that is kind of where we're at now. But along the way, Disney did develop some really interesting kind of New Year's traditions that we're going to go through. The one that really stands out to me is Pleasure Island, because New Year was really part of the identity of that area.
Yeah, its whole identity.
I know, yeah. It, like,
that
revolved.
And Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah. Exactly. It like revolved around New Year in a certain way.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar, Pleasure Island is no longer with us. It's defunct. But it's a nighttime entertainment district that was at Walt Disney World, and it used to celebrate New Year's Eve every single night, and that happened for over a decade. If you want the full history, you can check out our Pleasure Island episode. Very fascinating. Lots of interesting tidbits in there. One of my favorites that we've done, actually. And we kind of get into the entire way that area kind of developed into what it is now. But yeah.
And fell apart.
Yes, and eventually met its demise, sadly. But yeah, it might sound like magic or madness to you, depending on how you function in this environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pleasure Island opened in 1989, and it was like a collection of nightclubs and bars aimed at adults. Disney was really trying to capture the adult market for nighttime entertainment. And in 1990, the Disney team decided to spice up the experience by staging a New Year's Eve countdown every night at midnight year-round, which is, like, in my opinion, extremely whimsical.
Very whimsical.
Yeah, so fun. So they did that, and then from 1990 through the end of 2005, every night was New Year's Eve at Pleasure Island.
For the cast members, though, it had to have been like that Christmas animated thing where they wish for Christmas every day. Huey, Dewey, and Louie wish for Christmas every day, and then, like, after the 15th time, they're like, I hate this.
They're like, please
get me out.
No more Christmas. Yeah, I can imagine. Although, yeah, I guess at a certain point you get used to it.
Yeah,
it's like breaking plates at the Greek restaurant.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
Part of the job,
or being in a show. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the Pleasure Island tradition. They would have nightly confetti. It was like a confetti fest. But it ended in 2005, which was the final real New Year's Eve party, and the clubs themselves closed a few years later because the area of downtown Disney that was Pleasure Island was developed into what is now part of Disney Springs. But this is honestly one of the bits of New Year's history that stands out most when you talk about the history of New Year's Eve at the Disney parks, because you could celebrate New Year's Eve any day of the year at Walt Disney World during the 90s and the early 2000s.
And what a weird time.
I know. It's such a funky little period of Disney history.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michael Eisner.
Yeah. So back to where we were at, though, in the 90s, as the new millennium approached, Disney World prepared for some of its biggest New Year's celebrations ever, really across the globe, but we're just focusing on Disney World right now. I mean, the millennium was just such a giant thing.
Right.
The eve of the year 2000 was particularly grand. Not only was it the turn of the century, but Walt Disney World was in the midst of its 15-month millennium celebration.
Yes, and would we survive?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And if you're going to go out, you might as well be at Disney, I guess.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
The most magical place on earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
EPCOT, which was the center of the Millennium festivities, they hosted an enormous party on December 31st, 1999, with a special ending to Illuminations fireworks that night, and midnight moments that included the famous torch globe and sky-piercing lights welcoming in the year 2000.
Aww.
Over at the Magic Kingdom, 1999's New Year's Eve was broadcast to the nation in part of an ABC television special. In fact, Walt Disney World frequently popped up on TV during New Year's broadcasts. For a stretch of the early 90s, segments of Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve were filmed at Walt Disney World, showcasing the Florida fun alongside the Times Square ball drop.
Oh, I'm nostalgic for that.
I have to assume that stuff was filmed ahead of time.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Like they do with the Christmas thing? I'm just guessing.
Yeah, it could be.
Because in those years, viewers might see musical performances from the Magic Kingdom or Epcot on their, I mean, maybe it was live. I don't know.
I don't
know. One especially memorable Rockin' Eve, the 1993 to 1994 one, featured a live wedding on Main Street.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine?
Nope.
I hope that couple's still together.
Oh, man.
Where two Californians tied the knot at Walt Disney World in front of cameras. This was like the first time that they had done this, so it was like a really big deal, and it was really good for publicity for Disney World. I'm sure, if not the beginning, a big spike in Disney fairy tale weddings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
The interest that they must have accumulated.
I know, because, I mean, everybody had, little girls watching it.
Oh,
or
my
kids
gosh.
watching it. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I always wanted to get married there. You know?
Yeah, it's a very magical idea.
Yeah. Cinderella Castle in the background, a happy couple starting a new year life together, and millions of people were watching at home. So this was good publicity, not just for the weddings, but also just for Disney in general.
Right, yeah.
The next year's broadcast had more pop stars performing from Disney MGM Studios.
Oh.
Yeah, these moments cemented Disney World's image as the place to be for New Year's in the USA, as a family-friendly counterpart to the revelry of Times Square.
Yeah, that is kind of how we see it now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not in Times Square living it up in New York City, then if you've got a family-friendly kind of desire to celebrate New Year,
I think this is the family version, don't you?
I do. Yeah. It's all the craziness as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think of the present, in terms of New Year's Eve at Walt Disney World, it's gotten even more elaborate as time has gone on, for sure. Now, December 31st is obviously one of the busiest days of the year across all of the theme parks, usually hitting capacity. Each park, except for Animal Kingdom, throws its own version of a New Year's party, and thousands upon thousands of guests park hop or make tough choices on where to spend the big midnight moment. Here is just a sampling of what a typical Walt Disney World New Year's Eve looks like in the modern era.
Yeah. Well, let's start with Magic Kingdom, right?
Got to.
It's the classic. It's the biggest, and it's the number one spot for New Year's Eve.
Right.
Is Magic Kingdom. This park, it just oozes that classic Disney charm with its New Year's Eve celebration, and it consistently draws the biggest crowd. And like I've said earlier, by late morning, they are at capacity every year after year. People will arrive, find a spot, and stay there for 15 plus hours to ensure that they've got that spot for midnight. Wow. And see, that's the craziness that happens in Times Square at Disney. And I couldn't handle that personally. I couldn't handle that. But I think at least in Disney, I think like if you go with a group, you'd be able to leave and go to a bathroom. Like,
totally.
That's the thing that I would worry about at Times Square.
Because that is not an option.
Right.
But you can, in Disney World, theoretically, send somebody from your group to go get water.
Go to the bathroom.
Go get a snack.
I'm sure that's what everybody does.
Yep.
And that's feasible, although inconvenient at Disney World. But I don't know that that's even possible in Times Square.
No,
so,
you just pack whatever you need and you just plant
and a diaper,
down. And
I don't know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Yep. Not safe for magic.
Yeah.
Yep.
But people do this because the midnight fireworks at Magic Kingdom are legendary.
Right.
Yeah. The show is called Fantasy in the Sky, which is a throwback name, which is really cute.
Yeah.
As it's actually the original fireworks show Disneyland and Magic Kingdom used in the 1970s. Disney brings it back for New Year's, knowing that fans love the nostalgic music and the huge ending.
That's really charming.
Yeah. And my saying huge is no exaggeration. At 11:50, Fantasy in the Sky starts over Cinderella Castle, and by the finale at midnight, the fireworks launched not just from the castle area, but all around the park's perimeter, which gives a 360-degree firework extravaganza. Whew. And this is the only night that they do that.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, not on the normal nights you can go see Happily Ever After or whatever, but it's not all around you in the same way it is on New Year's.
That's really cool.
It is jaw dropping. It really is.
Yeah.
They also it's accompanied by the Auld Lang Syne song, of course.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, and other tunes that tug at your heartstrings while they're preparing for it. Magic Kingdom is so busy that it presents this fireworks show twice now, once on December 30th and then again on the 31st.
Yeah.
Which gives New Year's Eve a dress rehearsal and also gives more people the ability to see it.
I would be way more likely to go then, although even then I know it is still wild.
Yeah, the only time I've seen it is on December 30th at their dress rehearsal, and it was very cool. When I saw it, they had the fireworks make numbers in the sky.
Oh yeah, you told me.
To count down, and it was just so impressive.
Yeah, for real. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So it is a little bit, I mean, obviously people aren't camping out for 15 hours on December 30th, but it is busier than a normal night.
Right.
So I'm just saying it's not like nobody knows about this.
Yeah.
But many savvy locals and annual pass holders do opt for that December 30th show to not have to do the 15-hour thing.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah. On New Year's Eve proper, besides the big midnight display, Magic Kingdom adds extra entertainment to keep crowds energized.
Cool.
In Tomorrowland and Frontierland, you'll find live DJs hosting dance parties from early evening until midnight.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when they'll spread it around and not just have the festivities only on Main Street. That
Agreed.
Sometimes is an issue, I feel like.
Yes.
There's usually a special countdown stage show at the castle just before the fireworks, where Mickey, Minnie, and other characters appear in their celebratory attire to count down to the final minute.
Cute.
All told, Magic Kingdom on New Year's is magical, but just crazy crowded. Shoulder to shoulder on Main Street, long lines for rides. Although, can you imagine if you're there, you're not on a ride at midnight?
Probably not.
Yeah. Anyway. But long lines for rides during the day, I'm sure. Because I'm sure a lot of people will have dad camping out and then, take the kids to go on rides.
Right.
And so some people think maybe it's a rite of passage for some huge Disney fans to brave this Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve fireworks show once, but it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. And you might think that maybe the other parks would have a more tame iteration of the New Year's Eve routine to offer an alternative to the Magic Kingdom situation. However, they have gotten extremely popular as well, especially EPCOT. Yeah. Yeah, if Magic Kingdom is like a family-friendly Times Square vibe, EPCOT is like a giant festival, like a cultural world festival. The park has a huge capacity because it's so big, and it uses the space to throw an epic party that highlights the international theme, which, of course, if you're in EPCOT, you might as well. Around the World Showcase Lagoon, each country pavilion joins in the fun, and throughout the evening, the various pavilions host outdoor dance zones with DJs or live bands. So you might find Latin street parties in Mexico, or a Euro disco dance near Italy, or a high energy techno DJ at the American Gardens Theater, because Americans like our music. Crazy. By 11:30, the anticipation is building for EPCOT's fireworks. Recently, they've been calling the show Cheers to the New Year, and it's a special pyro and laser extravaganza over the lagoon. I think Cheers to the New Year is a very cute little name.
Yeah, last year it was Cheers to the New Year and then something else, but it's always just Cheers to the New Year. But so I like it a lot.
Okay, this is actually my favorite bit of the EPCOT celebration, which is that at EPCOT, the World Showcase theme gets incorporated into the countdown, because when midnight strikes in each country's time zone, the corresponding country's pavilion will mark the moment. So when it's 7 o'clock in Florida, it's midnight in London, so the UK pavilion will set off a little burst of fireworks and an announcement wishing Happy New Year to Great Britain.
Oh, I love that.
I think that is so so cute.
It is so cute. And they obviously can't do it for all the countries because some of them are like 12 hours ahead.
Yeah.
But it is, for the ones they do it for, that is so cute.
I think that's such a great way to really set Epcot celebration aside and really take full advantage of the international
It's so thoughtful.
I know.
Yeah. Like,
who thought of that? Yeah. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Promoted. Yes, that is fantastic. An hour later, after the UK pavilion sets off their fireworks, midnight hits in Morocco and France in their time zones, which is 8 o'clock for us. And those pavilions do the same. They set off some fireworks. These little international salutes happen hourly leading up to the main event, midnight our time, giving guests 12 mini countdowns that honor the cultures around the world. So how cool. It's a detail that many visitors really love, and who else lets you celebrate New Year's over and over for every country after country that you're in? So
maybe
fun.
They do all the countries. It sounds like
maybe, yeah, which is honestly kind of crazy that they can like set them off like that. I don't know how the time zones of all that works.
Neither.
Yeah,
we'll have to look into that later.
Sure. Finally, at 11:40 p.m., when we're right on the brink of the new year, Epcot begins a massive fireworks program. And in the past, that included showings of the park's regular evening show, such as Illuminations or the replacement shows. But as a warm-up, that was shown, and then immediately that would be followed by the countdown finale at 11:54 p.m. So that's how you know it's time.
Yeah.
The finale featured a multilingual countdown with voices echoing around the park, each country shouting in its own language the translation of Happy New Year at the stroke of midnight, which I think is so cute. I love that they do this.
It is so cute.
I love the fact that they produced the audio for that to happen is amazing. Such a Disney touch.
It like gives me goosebumps. You know what I mean? It's like such a big thing to think about, everybody celebrating the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Close to the same time. The
same
day.
On the same night. Yeah, it's wonderful. The fireworks erupt in a 360-degree ring around the World Showcase, and huge shells launched from multiple countries, and lasers and LED screens crown Spaceship Earth with dazzling light. Gotta love when they illuminate Spaceship Earth for the special occasions, and New Year's Eve is like the crown jewel of that for Epcot. If Magic Kingdom's midnight moment is like sentimental and fairy tale like, Epcot's is thrilling and globe-trotting. Some people would describe it as a mashup of a dance rave and a patriotic display, in the best way, of course. After midnight, Epcot often keeps the party going just a little bit longer. The park usually stays open until around 1 a.m. with DJs still spinning for those who aren't rushing out, so you can get a little dance in on your way out of the park.
It was interesting to me to find out that Epcot's open the latest.
Yeah.
Because Magic Kingdom's like, okay, it's midnight, go home.
Yeah, right? Clear it out.
Yeah. And Epcot's like, nah, we'll keep going for another hour.
Well, at Epcot, perhaps the people might need a second longer to stagger out of the park.
Maybe.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Yeah, could be. It's no surprise that a lot of people call Epcot the best place to experience New Year's Eve at Walt Disney World for the sheer energy and fun of it all. And of course, there's plenty of champagne to go around. But the trade-off is that it gets just as crowded as the Magic Kingdom, especially around the DJ stages, and of course the areas where you can best view the fireworks. But because it's so large, the park that is, the crowd dispersal is a bit more forgiving. There's lots of spaces where you can enjoy the fireworks and festivities, and there's something satisfying about walking around the world in one night of New Year's celebration.
Yes.
That's so unique.
You know how, like, Magic Kingdom, the main street, it's a street, and that's where you get shoulder to shoulder packed in like sardines.
Right.
I like how with Epcot, because it's all around the lake, it's just not going to get like that. And
right.
The Magic Kingdom comes to a standstill. Main Street comes to a standstill.
Yeah, the bottleneck of all bottlenecks.
Yes, it does that on regular nights.
Oh yeah, right around firework time.
Yeah, this is like extra extreme, like you absolutely can't get anywhere.
It is like a dare.
Yeah.
Can you survive?
Right.
It's like Fear Factor.
If I were going to do one this year, I think I would do Epcot.
Yeah.
Because of of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. A little more breathing room.
Yes, exactly. But if you want something a little bit more chill, relatively speaking, Disney's Hollywood Studios has like stepped into the New Year's Eve game.
Ooh.
For many years, Hollywood Studios, which was once MGM, took a back seat on New Year's Eve, and they would just close early. We're not doing anything special, and people wouldn't really go. They wouldn't stay up until midnight. More recently, however, they have stepped it up, and they are now usually open until midnight. It will be open until midnight this year, and they host a dance party in the central hub in front of the Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Right.
A DJ will pump out popular tunes and Disney remixes, while massive LED screens show countdown graphics. Leading up to midnight in 2017, for example, Hollywood Studios kept guests dancing with a DJ from 7 p.m. until midnight. That year, they cleverly utilized the existing nighttime show, which was the holiday-themed Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam fireworks at 8. And then they did the regular Star Wars A Galactic Spectacular fireworks show. They did that one at midnight, but they added a little New Year's twist at the end.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So in recent years, that's what they continued to do, a midnight fireworks show, but it's kind of the same fireworks show that they do all the time, but with just a twist.
Sure.
Which is kind of what EPCOT does too. I don't have any real problem with it. And this one is, of course, not a lot more, but it's definitely the most low key of these three parks that do midnight fireworks.
Yeah.
They also do special effects sometimes, and it is usually recently themed to Star Wars or another franchise that they're doing. It's been Star Wars for a while.
Yes, yeah. It's a big Star Wars park.
Yeah. So really good New Year's Eve place for a Star Wars fan for sure, but also anybody that wants to have the New Year's Eve firework countdown experience without being shoulder to shoulder. Or in Epcot's case, well, still, I mean, it's still very
pretty
busy.
Much, yeah. Although I will say, I do predict that this will be busy. You know, it's not going to be.
Oh yes, it's not going to be nothing,
but it's not going to probably be the madhouse that Epcot and Magic Kingdom always are. Yes.
The New Year's, alcohol is also sold in Hollywood Studios from carts and booths, just like it is in Epcot, but that's not the case in Magic Kingdom.
Right.
So a lot of people feel like those two parks, because they offer that, give them more of that classic, you can raise a glass and cheers with alcohol.
And Hollywood Studios has that real classic vintage vibe. Yeah. I see the appeal.
I do too. And Hollywood Boulevard Lights, they also do the song, the Auld Lang Syne song, and everybody hugs and wishes each other Happy New Year. So it is a lovely space with a little bit more breathing room than the other two parks, particularly Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, understandable. And that's not a small park either. Hollywood Studios has gotten to be where there's a lot of places to be. Obviously, they're celebrating in one particular designated space. So that's,
I have a thought on this. And my thought is that I'm pretty sure that they don't change the projection part of the show that's on Grauman's Chinese Theater. So for me, I would be fine being in a little bit off the beaten path.
Agreed.
Because you're still getting to experience the fireworks, the countdown, the drink cheersing if you wanted. Right. Kissing your sweetheart if you want, that whole experience, but not having to see you're not having to be in a specific spot.
Yeah, you can find us at Echo Lake.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Now, I don't want to be too far because I want to hear the song and hear the countdown, but yeah, Echo Lake is exactly
we'll be chilling with Gertie. Yep.
He'll still have his Christmas ornament.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Speaking of a chill New Year's Eve, Disney's Animal Kingdom truly takes the cake here. It's an interesting contrast because Animal Kingdom is the one Disney World park that generally does not stay open until midnight or have any fireworks on New Year's Eve. And
Why?
The reason is simple and probably pretty predictable if you've been listening to the show for any amount of time now. But it's because Disney's super cautious with the firework volume near the animal habitats. So the park normally closes by 8 or 9 on December 31st, and this year it is closing at 6 o'clock to let the animals and their keepers have a peaceful night of sleep. Honestly,
6 o'clock. They're not even. Their sun doesn't even need to be fully down. They're done.
Nope. They said go somewhere else.
Yeah.
The lion
Peace
sleeps
out.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yep. So in 2019, Animal Kingdom did actually experiment with staying open through midnight with a special New Year's projection show on the Tree of Life and some extra lighting effects. So no fireworks, just some low noise pyrotechnics and some lighting effects that allowed guests to count down in that park. Glow-in-the-dark dance parties were set up in areas like Dinoland, and they handed out complimentary New Year's party hats and noisemakers, which is something they actually do at all of the different parks for the New Year's celebrations. It was a unique and more eco-friendly way to celebrate New Year's Eve, and also great for people who have kids who hate fireworks.
I have a kid who hated fireworks back in the day, like
right.
Just covered his ears, like
he was not down for fireworks.
He wanted out of there.
Yeah.
So like this would have been really cool.
Yeah.
This was around. I just didn't know. I didn't know in 2017 about this, but like, or was it 19?
19.
I wish they would do this.
I know. It seems like a really low-key...
I'm not the only one that has a kid that doesn't like fireworks sound. And how cool. They did glow sticks. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, like glow parties. How fun.
I think this sounds like such a great idea for people that don't like the sensory experience of fireworks. And there's a lot. And I just think that having a experience for them is such a beautiful thing.
Let's do New Year in Pandora.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Bioluminescence, shoot off fireworks from the floating mountains, and project the countdown onto the waterfalls.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They're really against those fireworks. I don't think they're going to do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I meant low volume pyrotechnics.
Yeah. Yeah, pyrotechnics. They could do a show over that lake.
Oh, yeah. They've got a whole arena for...
They've got some options, and I think that they could and should. I wonder how the 2019 thing went. I lived here then. I didn't hear about this.
Well,
it clearly
was COVID.
It was the year before.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. We didn't even know COVID was coming. It was 3 months out.
Yeah.
I mean, some people probably knew, but we didn't know.
Yeah. Well, we certainly didn't know it was going to be what it was.
No, certainly. And so I don't...
Yeah, you're right.
They must not have done a great job advertising this as an option.
Oh, or I was going to say maybe it wasn't super well attended.
That's what I mean, but I'm saying maybe that's because they didn't do a good job of telling people about it.
Yeah. Take another swing at it, Disney.
I would take another swing at it, because if they market it as kids that hate the sound of fireworks, but you still want to do New Year's, you've got a solution.
I know.
Come party with the animals.
They could go as far as to say that this would be the home for a sensory-friendly...
That I was going to say that, and I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but this is exactly what I think.
Yeah, I think that would be great, because it's cool for the animals, and it could offer an avenue for that.
Yeah, and a glow party is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Heck
like,
yeah,
I just think that it's such a cool idea.
I know.
Like a cool non-firework idea.
Neon jungle.
Mm-hmm.
What fun. All right. That's kind of the animal kingdom of it all.
Yeah, they stopped after that.
Yeah, they kind of gave up.
They gave up, and they're closing at 6 this year. So,
see ya at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bet that the Animal Kingdom is going to be super dead this year, because you kind of have to get to where you're going.
Right. So if you ever want to ride Flight of Passage,
this might be,
and you don't care about New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Like, I would imagine 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve. I'm just guessing.
Oh, yeah. You could probably ride it twice.
Probably.
Heck yeah.
So on to Disney Springs and the resorts. What do you say?
Heck yeah.
In case you don't have a park ticket or you're just not interested in battling the crowds.
You've got another choice.
You do. Outside of the parks, Walt Disney World's dozens of hotels and Disney Springs also join in the festivities. They don't do fireworks, and Disney Springs has a very prominent sign when you're coming down the escalator from the parking garage. It's like, we're not doing fireworks.
Get out of here.
Yeah, okay. But these spaces are ideal for those that want to avoid the theme park crowds, but not miss out on the New Year's vibe. Many of the resort hotels will offer their own New Year's Eve events, from upscale dinners to poolside parties. A lot of those you can see the fireworks, and sometimes the music will be bumped in. So for those you can. Disney Springs, no. But anyway. For example, the Contemporary Resort traditionally offers a fancy ticketed event in its ballroom. I don't know how much this is. I'd be curious to know.
I bet.
Disney's Countdown to Midnight, complete with a live band, character appearances, and a champagne toast while viewing Magic Kingdom's fireworks from the hotel's front terrace.
Oh, so fancy.
So fancy. Some years they've even had themed parties, like a Pixar-themed family party with characters like Buzz Lightyear entertaining kids.
New Year, new toys.
So cute. These hotel parties, while pricey, provide a more exclusive and controlled environment, plus the unique perk of watching Magic Kingdom's fireworks from across the lagoon with a glass of bubbly in hand, without being stuck in that horrific crowd situation.
Oh, yeah, that sounds nice.
Disney Springs, which is of course free for anybody, typically features live music at several venues, and restaurants often have special New Year's menus or patio parties. While they don't have fireworks, like I've said, some individual restaurants might shoot off confetti or have their own countdown moments. And interestingly, a lot of locals end up at Disney Springs for New Year's Eve if they're not going to one of the parks, to kind of be in the middle of a lively atmosphere as midnight approaches. Some of the restaurants in Disney Springs that are like sports bar type restaurants will have on the TVs the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, the countdown.
Yeah.
Cool.
Another fun detail is the Disney hotels often supply complimentary champagne or sparkling cider at midnight at the food courts or lounges for resort guests. A small touch that lets even those that back at their hotel rooms to raise a toast to the new year with Mickey and friends, figuratively at least.
Yeah.
No matter where you are on Disney property, whether you're on a hotel balcony, a boat on the Seven Seas Lagoon, or walking the boardwalk at midnight, you're bound to hear the distant booms of fireworks from multiple directions. A very Disney symphony welcoming the next year.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. That's honestly, it's a really fun notion that wherever you end up at, in Disney World, you can find some way to celebrate.
For sure. And I like that in Disney World, there are so many different options, from the absolutely insane that you may want to do once in your life because you can say you did it. Like people that do Times Square. I can only imagine that that's 15 hours of not fun, but then you've got that story for the rest of your life. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that's worth it to a lot of people.
Totally.
Down to the chill, going to your hotel lobby to get a glass of sparkling cider and toasting, like maybe on the beach front at your hotel, or Disney Springs popping confetti. Like there's just there's so many options.
It's a very pleasant range of choices, which we definitely appreciate. So yeah, now you know a little bit more about the history and current sampling of offerings that are available to you to celebrate New Year's Eve at Walt Disney World. If you are interested in knowing more about New Year's Eve at different Disney parks around the world, we are going to get into that.
We are.
Yeah, so stick around for the next episode, and we'll have a good time exploring those traditions as well. In the meantime, if you'd like to follow us on social media, you can do that by finding us on Instagram or TikTok at Neverland Navco.
Yes, we also have two different Etsy stores. One is called Yeti Springs, and the other is called Neverland Navigation. Notably, this is where you get your freebie if you let me be your travel agent by emailing me. My email is morgan@neverlandnavigation.com. I would absolutely love to be your free travel agent and help you book your New Year's Eve plans for next year. So think about doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of Neverland Navigation Radio. We are off to go pour some champagne, so we'll see you on our next adventure.